Welcome and good day, everyone. Welcome back to another match for the Unofficial Amiibo Smash League Season 3. Now, before I continue, I'd like to remind everybody to support Nintendo and their affiliates, because without them, we wouldn't have the game, let alone the Amiibo that we're battling it out with today. So let's give our support to Nintendo and their affiliates. Alright. So I'd like to also apologize to everybody for not posting these matches for week 1 prior to the beginning of these matches. It's been really crazy, busy time of year, but either way, I do apologize for not having these matches out already. Alright, so let's go ahead and introduce our first challenger in this match. Now, this particular challenger happens to be the Battle Force champion. Here we have Byleth. Now, Byleth is one tough opponent. I believe only went all the way through the competition. And, I'm going to go ahead and verify that because I do not want to speak out of turn, as one would say. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely runner-up. Byleth lost to Kazuya in the final Smash Brawl Championship. Now, I'm going to look in here at Byleth's record, because I think Byleth might have been one of the ones that went undefeated. Well, that's quite peculiar. I really needed to... Okay. So, I do believe that Byleth did go undefeated. But alright, so Byleth has a tough challenge here in this match, going against the number 2 seat in the Fire Emblem group. We have Simon Belmont. He's also a tough opponent. Both characters have strong mid and close range combat. Both characters are very strong, and both characters will be battling it out on a randomly selected map, rather. I do apologize, my tongue is still healing. I bit it, and it does make talking a little more challenging. So do forgive me if I slip on my tongue here or there. Anyway, there will be 4 lives for both characters, so that way both characters have a equal chance, or a better chance to stay in this competition. Well, let's not keep you waiting any longer. Let's get this match underway. Byleth versus Simon. Looks like they are battling it out on Ryu's stage, which comes from Street Fighter. Both characters getting into it, battling it out on a small platform on the left of the screen. Oh, nice edge grab by Byleth. And it looks like Simon did not have the talent to succeed from that as Byleth did. Because Byleth has that ranged grapple move. I think Simon does too, but it just did not help out. I think Simon's is more directly in front, whereas Byleth can be at an angle. So that's where Byleth has an advantage in that one. So I think Byleth is utilizing the advantages in this match. Hell. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely agree with that one. Chat says that Byleth baited Simon on that one, and I would have to agree. As another knockout, you know, in the same manner. Yeah, Byleth is definitely a smart and tough opponent both. And she actually has some wiggle room because of the positioning. But I think Simon is moving over to the larger area is probably going to help a little bit. But that will probably, you know, as you can see, help Byleth just as much. Simon down to his last life. Byleth finally getting knocked out for the first time. It does not look good for Simon in this first match. But then again, Simon is going against Byleth, which is the Fire Emblem group's top, you know, contender, as well as the Battle. As well as the Battle Force champion. Now, something also to consider is whoever in whatever group that these, whoever is the, oh, and Byleth knocking Simon out and gaining the win. Now, also something to keep in mind is that whichever opponent or whichever character ranks the lowest in the groups at the end of the season gets knocked out and has to wait 2 seasons to possibly come back into these seasonal matches. So this is definitely a good start for Byleth. Let's go ahead and mark that down. All right. So that map, keep saying map here. This match took 2 minutes and 53 seconds, with Byleth only getting knocked out once by Simon. Byleth gave out 312 damage, Simon 154% damage. Byleth 155 damage, Simon 319%. Peak damage for Byleth 124, 134 for Simon. Launch distance for Byleth 191 meters, 324 meters for Simon. The ground time for Byleth 60 seconds and 54 seconds for Simon. Air time for Byleth 110. 114 for Simon. No swim time. Hit percentage for Byleth was in the average 30s, 34%. And Simon had the below average 26%. The ground attacks for Byleth is 21, 20 ground attacks for Simon, 77 air attacks for Byleth, and 60 air attacks for Simon. Both characters had 8 smash attacks. Now, clearly, Byleth, had more attacks and was more successful at those attacks. Byleth also had 2 grabs. Byleth had 18 edge grabs and 20 for Simon. No projectiles for Byleth, 4 projectiles for Simon. I think that was the holy water and the cross that were thrown out numerous times. Simon looks like he had 2 items grabbed, and Byleth didn't have any. Max launch speed for Byleth, 733 kilometers per hour, and 470 kilometers per hour for max launch speed for Simon. Longest drought time for Byleth is 10 seconds, and the longest drought time for Simon is 7 seconds. Okay. Well, that was Definitely a exciting match here today. Byleth versus Simon for our fourth match for today. Now, alright, so I'd like to remind everybody to support Nintendo and their affiliates. If you like the content, go ahead and give a nice little thumbs up. If you want to see more content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you do decide to leave a comment, make sure you do so in a respectful manner, because we want to keep this family friendly after all. And also, reminder to come back tomorrow for the next 4 matches in week 1 of season 3. Thank you once again for watching, and have a wonderful day.